Edison, listo, ready? Timekeeper. Let's go.
Here we go, round number 1 of a scheduled 8-rounder. Comeback fight of sorts for Edison Pantera Miranda. Of course, suffered that knockout in his last bout at the hands of the very talented and underrated Arthur Abraham right here at the Hard Rock Live. That was back in June 21st of 2008. And the hard puncher Miranda looking to lay some leather early on in his fight against the Manuel Esparza.
The Miranda problem is defense, as you can see, easily hit. Right there, he caught another little hook on the inside. But he's a strong puncher, and he knows how to get you out of there. And, you see you have a strong jab, one of those respect me right now jab. And, right down the pipe. He's going down right down the pipe. He's just what coming at him you need to be aware of.
Scored 2 spectacular knockouts right here in South Florida. One against Willie Gibbs in 2006. Just an ice job in the first round, the likes of which was replayed over and over again as one of the great knockouts of the year. And then, of course, here at the Hard Rock Live in January, about a year ago, he knocked David Banks into the 3rd row. And I think Banks is still seeing butterflies from that one punch by Miranda.
There's no doubt Miranda can punch. He has some devastating punches. I've seen him hit guys where it is scary. But, I just hate to see a guy with so much upside and so much talent don't pay attention to defense. And you end up paying for that in a few big fights that he entered.
Fought Kelly Pavlik for the middleweight championship of the world. Kelly Pavlik ended up winning that fight on a knockout, but that was as competitive a fight as you'll ever see. Both guys blasting away with pulverizing shots. Great riveting action all the way throughout from the opening bell. Esparza gets hammered that time by a right hand from Edison Pantera Miranda. And his face is already significantly reddened as Esparza's as we're 2 minutes into round number 1 of this scheduled 8-rounder.
As you can see, Edison is establishing his jab. Right there, try to throw an uppercut. Big right hand.
Look out.
Big hook over the top.
Got his attention with it right there, Glenn.
And that's what he's known for. He's known to throw those big shots and get you out of there.
Well, you just have to wonder if Esparza, who actually had an 8-year layoff before a comeback fight in April of 2008, is going to have enough legs to put up with what is going to be a steady onslaught of power punches from Edison Miranda. And Miranda's walking through Esparza at this point.
Oh, definitely. It's a good fight. He's trying to weather the storm, but Edison is a guy that keeps his power for a long time. He's not like his power going to fade in rounds.
So if that was deemed a feeling out process, I think what Esparza was feeling was a little bit of punishment there. No great telling blows, nothing that was going to end the fight, but Edison Miranda, as you said, Glenn, establishing his power early on and establishing his jab a little bit, and once again looking a little bit vulnerable on defense.
Here you can see the combination between the two guys. Good uppercut by Miranda. And he's throwing the hook. See the hook land right there, and then right there you want to go to the body and soften him up around those sides. When you get on the inside like that, you want to go to the body and try to get body shots in.
Smothered Esparza in the first round too. Esparza a little chance to punch back. Landed a couple of shots, as you said, with the vulnerable defense, but it was all Miranda in round number 1. Here we go, second round of a scheduled 8-rounder. Don't know if it's going to go that far based on the evidence we had in the first round. Edison Pantera Miranda on the comeback path after that devastating knockout. He was winning that fight for the first couple of rounds as Abraham went into that little shell, a rope-a-dope of sorts that he uses. And then Abraham was a much stronger puncher than we thought. Landed a shot and knocked Miranda down 3 times, and the fight came to a close in the 4th.
Right here, Miranda is doing good work. He's going to the body. And he's keeping his hands up well. He just don't react well when you see punches coming at him. He's keeping his hands up, which is a good thing. But he also needs to move in the right direction away from the punch, which he's not doing. He's moving into the punch when he tried to move his head, even though his hands is up.
doing a little hot dogging in here. He's blocking a lot of punches with his face, however. So it seems like an opportune time to be showing off. He fights mostly out of the Midwest. And as we said, had an 8-year layoff. He's been in there with a couple of big-time Midwest fighters, including Buck Smith, who I think has the all-time record for victories. When he fought Buck Smith, a legendary Midwest fighter, had 179 wins on his resume. Can you imagine? Wow. Had twice as many as Sugar Ray Robinson.
Was he a world champion?
I don't think he won the title. Big right-handed. Down goes Esparza. And you figured it was only a matter of time. Does not look like he's going to spring up, and he does. Wobbly. Now he appears to be okay, but Miranda with a minute and a half to work him over here in round number 2. Well on his way to a knockout victory. Esparza just standing there in front of Pantera Miranda. A very dangerous proposition. Doesn't have his lights beneath him. Doesn't appear to be in the greatest of shape either. And a spaghetti leg right now, and you could make the case for just an immediate stoppage.
But Miranda needs to go to the body. He's head hunting, and right there, good body shots. He needs to start working the body if the guy is not prepared for the body shots, and then he could bring it back to the head.
Huge punches being landed by Miranda without any defensive effort whatsoever by Esparza. He's throwing nothing back in return. Miranda picking his spots, backs off the punching room right now. Inside of 40 seconds to go here in round number 2. A little bit of blood coming from the mouth now of Esparza. And this looks like it's only going to be a matter of time. Life in those legs.
Miranda needs to also pay attention to defense. When you're going out there and swinging at somebody who's not punching back, they might just come out and ring something at you. So you got to pay attention to defense while he's in there. And go to the body. Get the body working.
Inside of 10 seconds to go, round number 2. Looks like Esparza's going to survive. Then Pantera Miranda doing his thing. Maybe part of the reason he wasn't able to finish, started to get a little bit sloppy from a technique standpoint. And you can address this when you know you have a guy and he's not going to measure up. You have a tendency maybe to relax a little bit too much.
Well, one of the things that happened in the corner there, you can see he's going into a combination, but it's hard to knock a guy out who's not throwing punches back at you. He's just covering up and just trying to stay safe. And Miranda is not being smart by picking the right shots. You got to pick the right punches. Go to the body, and soften up the body, and then open up the head shots. But he's just going directly to the head. The guy just bending over and avoiding the punches.
Still to come, our main event on the card. Figures to be a good one with C.Q. Powell defending his IBA Junior Middleweight Championship against Christian Lloyd Joseph. Right now, it appears to be a showcase for Edison Miranda. A 10-8 round in round 2, 10-9 in round number 1, and a clear cut. Good man. Jolts the head back of Esparza. What kept him standing there, Glenn Johnson?
Well, it's a good hook, but it have a little bit too much distance on it. If it was a shorter hook, it'd have a little more impact. But Miranda needs to work the body a little bit more. That would take away some of the movement from Emmanuel as well. So, keep using that jab, get close, and go to the body.
So Esparza at the weigh-in, he had a pretty somber look on his face, and you can see why now. He knew he had a tall assignment. The eye beginning to swell up. He might have broken his nose there with that shot. That should be it, you would think.
4, 5.
You could see his nose almost broken in 2. That was a vicious inside right hand. That's going to hit.
A lot of blood running out of his nose.
You don't want Esparza to get up from that. A knockout victory. One-sided fight for Edison Pantera Miranda, and the doctor's going to have to immediately give some attention to Manuel Esparza. You hate to see that. You can see that he was vulnerable to some kind of serious injury. It was not enough in the way of action for the referee to necessarily stop the fight, but he tagged him right on the nose, and it might have been broken. That was an hellacious shot.
It was a good timing punch, right on the nose, and immediately as he go down, you see the blood start dripping out his nose, and here you get a look at it. He got his head wrapped up like a headlock, and the referee separate them and step out the way, and he still, boom, right there, good corner left hook, right on the money, and here you get another look at it, boom, right there, immediately he went for the nose, let you know that something is even happening. That's a broken nose.